Okay, so today we have something a little bit different. This is a MRI brain coil. This particular coil is having issues on channel 1, so this is an 8-channel coil. Channel 1 had a really it was a high or low ISNR value, and it was just really noisy, so channel 1 is definitely having an issue. So what we're going to go ahead and do is take this apart. I'm going to start and flip it up like this so I can get access to this plug. And we're going to start by taking this back plug out right here. So typically there's going to be an issue. I mean, channel 1, it could be a broken wire somewhere, it could be a bad diode, could be bad capacitor. It's going to be dependent on a few things. It may be something super simple and stupid too. So okay, so this plug should just pull out like that. It's like this. There's another screw, I think. Nope. So this is the main connector. No broken wires. Looks pretty good to me. This is the coil ID chip, I believe. And this appears from the factory that a wire was run across where a diode or something is supposed to go. I don't know what that's supposed to be because I don't have schematics, but yeah, the factory ran a wire across something. But yeah, nothing looks too bad in here. I may pull this little board out and have a look if we don't find anything else. So I'm going to set this plug aside. Let's go to VR headset. Yeah, that's an expensive VR headset. Extremely expensive VR headset. So these brain coils are kind of a pain to take apart. Sarah's here. She says, I imagine something more huge. Some of them are bigger, especially if it's like a spine coil or something. This is just for your head, so it's a little bit smaller. So there's that. Flip it up. So if I remember correctly, these don't have to come out, I don't think. Let me look at it again. Because this whole thing is on a slide, right? So the whole idea is, let me see if this is, okay, so the whole idea is release this, right? Your head goes here, they put your head in here, and they slide it over, and that's that. So I am going to leave this unlocked. Let me figure out what needs to come out to get this part off. If anything. Okay, so this should just slide off like this. And this is what we need to take apart right here. So these are a pain because a lot of times they're stuck in this, the element is stuck in here really hard. So there's a few screws. It's nothing too crazy. Sometimes they'll come out hard, sometimes they won't. So they're just standard flathead screws. Brass, you don't want to use a stainless steel screw here unless you want a very bad day. And if you don't know why, you shouldn't use stainless steel screws on something designed for an MRI, then I suggest you look into that. because finding out firsthand would be a very bad day for you.
Can you hurt somebody?
If you put something magnetic in there.
Yeah, because it can suck in.
Heck yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen look up a video of an MRI sucking something in, like a chair or something.
Oh.
It'll fling it into the center of the magnet.
I
It's
remember
crazy.
My mom, they'd always have to, like when my brother would go to MRI, she'd take all her jewelry. It can
Yeah.
kill you. It can kill the person who's in there.
Jeweler, I mean, I've been in the scan rooms with tools and stuff. You just have to be careful. The main thing is like they'll bring crash carts and stuff in there unknowingly that they're magnetic, and it'll fling the whole thing into the center. Look at pictures of that. Just
Yeah,
pictures
but
of
what does it do to the person inside?
if somebody's head is inside, and something magnetic goes in there, yeah, it can kill you. It's gonna fling it like back and forth until it finds the center of the magnet.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Don't turn it on. No,
It's always on. That's why some people said, "Oh, well, can you turn off the magnet for this and that?" No, you can't turn off the magnet.
so you're turning it on?
This isn't the magnet.
Okay.
This is just part of it. The magnet is the huge.
Okay. The huge
Yeah.
where your body goes.
Exactly.
Okay. Because I was like, everything's going to
No. Okay, so I believe these screws too. But yeah, watch videos of that. Like, it's not of people, but just people throwing stuff into them. It's pretty cool. I work with MRIs from time to time, and it's impossible not to forget to leave everything outside. It's dangerous business. Yes, it is. I mean, yeah, just be careful. Don't bring. If you have to bring something knowingly metal in there, sometimes it's unavoidable. Just be careful. Use your brain. Don't do anything stupid. Okay, so what will we find? Another common thing, well, it's sort of common if it's been opened before, is one of the coax connectors might have come unseated. If it was dropped or subjected to any kind of shock, it might happen. It's kind of unlikely, but stupid stuff like that can happen. How do you even know where to start on this? Taking it apart, because I took one apart of these before and it was a nightmare when I first took it apart. Okay, so let's see, this too, I believe. Just take it off. I don't think so, but I don't want to be leaving something out. These are incredibly simple once you actually open them and see them. Yes, I believe that was supposed to come out. So this is in here, right? So what we might have to do is gently tap it just to loosen it a bit. See that? Here is inside of it. So we have to. Do you get schematics? No, I do not. I have no schematics for this whatsoever. So we have coax connectors coming in here. Right? There is. These are your preamps. So these are all preamps. Here is our main connector. Comes in here, preamps, and it goes through some relatively simple circuits. And yeah, this is okay. That's a little bit off, but that's okay. We need to find channel 1. So let's go ahead and take off this plastic thing. There is a little plastic screw in here. This is an absolute nightmare to get back on. It is a pain to deal with this. It's, yeah, it sucks. I'm not going to say it doesn't suck. And we need to find channel 1. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to pull out these preamps. They're all the same. So, and these are all marked. So channel 2, channel 1 is right here. So channel 1, actually I'm going to leave these alone except for channel 1. We only need to worry about channel 1 right now. So channel 1 is this guy right here. So coax connector is on there, good. Thing looks good. I believe this is channel 1 anyway. So this is on here fine. I don't see any issues here. Let's just pop it out. See anything wrong with the preamp? I almost wonder if that connector is a little messed up. I doubt it. So it's preamp 1. Now we just have to start checking it. So it could be a few things. Here is the circuit. You can see. Simple. Coil, resistor, capacitor, diode, capacitor, resistor. It's simple. It's just a simple RF circuit. So let's start checking this. Let me check my chat real quick. None of it is available online. This is just as bad as working on a MacBook. None of it is available online. I'll set my meter to continuity mode. The very first thing I want to check is a little inductor right here. That's strange. I was expecting something simple. So channel 1, where's channel 1? Back over here. So channel 1. Check this diode. Maybe. So a lot of times diodes can read like that, where they're open line both directions, and oftentimes they will be bad like that. So let me see what another one reads. That's fine. So let me switch over to diode mode instead of continuity mode. Let me check this one. It's fine. That's fine. Maybe I can send some if I find them, but usually for the whole MRI. Rarely does it include schematics and component level repairs. Yeah, it's hard to get them for like this. They're worse than Apple. Okay, so what I'm almost suspecting, so you don't like this stuff, we're really unlikely that it would fail. I'm more thinking an issue right here with the preamp or the connector. It could even be a issue with the preamp itself, so I may desolder this and have a look at the inside and see what's up. There's some potentiometers in here, and I don't want to mess with those because that would not be good. So I'm kind of not wanting to take this apart. But we may have to. It may be something that we just have to do. So I'm going to set this aside for now. I want to focus on this area right here. I also want to look. So this brown wire right here is for the preamp. That doesn't look broken at all. Let me see if I can check the connector itself. Sometimes these connectors will go bad, you know. Crack solder joints. A lot of times I see the soldering on these just is not that good. So it looks like this is the third pin in. That is good. First pin, I'm guessing. No, wait a second. Looks like only one pin is connected on this. That doesn't make sense. unless it's under this. Okay, so this little board is glued on, so we can't get to the other side to truly measure this connector, which is going to suck. So to me, it only looks like one of these pins is connected. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, so let me pull all these preamps off so I can have a better look at everything. One thing that can get you on these is looking for an issue where there's not, because they're simple and the chances of an issue being simpler is a lot more likely than one being more complicated. So we know this preamp is supplied by this wire right here. So we need to go find this. We can't cut this, obviously. We see it goes into here. Goes here through this connector right here. So if you look, this comes out on the other side. So we need to do a pinpoint test between this wire and right here and see if there's continuity. Because if there's not, that means we have a broken wire. Easy. We just run a little jumper on the outside. It's not an RF sensitive wire. And we're good to go. So brown wire right here. Two brown wire right here. And it is good. So that is not our issue. Just check everything. Next thing I'm going to check is the coax connection for pin 2. So this one is marked 2. Put my meter in here. Let's try and find it. Nothing there. Sometimes that's normal, so I'm going to check another one. So let's just do this one, and let's see if there's a broken, if this one has continuity out this side. Heard a beep. Okay, beep there. Let me try again. On this one. Okay, so we do have continuity there. That's 0.5. So that coax to the plug, which should be, I believe, this last one right here. Alright, so check this out on the meter. This may be completely normal or may not. See this? Nope, that's normal. I was going to say, if it's cycling like up and down like that, that typically means we have a broken wire, but yeah, that coax line is fine. So this goes, if you look at this, goes into this thing. I have no idea what this does, and it comes out through this. Since there's no broken line, I don't think this is an issue right there. So that leaves a local issue here. So we know we have, just booked myself. We know we have wire here. We know this is good. We know that this connector, at least the one pin that's here now, I don't know, there may be another trace on the other side, since what I see, this pin goes directly to here. So wait a second. This trace goes here through an inductor, which goes into this pin, which comes down here. Okay, so I see it now. So this is where not having a schematic kind of hurts you. So it comes out of this preamp, goes to this coil, which is good. It comes down here, goes here, which traces down here through this contraption of a wire. It's hard to see. Right, so this wire, that traces over to here, right? Aha, here we go. Think so anyway. Move continuity. Alright, so wait a second. Okay, never mind. I see. I'm stupid. So this goes through this coil and out to this other side. Or does it? I want to take this epoxy off. I want to see this coil. I don't understand how this is set up. So let's see if I can even remove this epoxy. Just going to go to low temp. Ah, this is interesting. I'm not going to peel this all the way out. Just want to see. So check out this coil right here. See how it's like interlacing with another one? Isn't that cool? It's like interlacing. So in this case, it should be good. Let's check again. So wire comes in through here. Good continuity. We're good. There's no issues here. So I'm going to put this back around and I will reattach this properly when I'm done. So this is still channel 1. Let's see. This doesn't have anything to do with it, I don't think. Nope. So following down. This coil is good. What about this diode? Are you good? Okay, what do you read? It's this diode right here. Alright, so... Oh, that's resistance. Wait a second. Yeah, let's check again. I meant to put in diode mode. I had it in resistance. Either way. 6 milliohms across 5, right? 5. Yeah. That's a little bit out of spec, I think. Let's check diode mode. Reading again. It's in diode mode. 0.24 or 0.524. 532. That's good. Alright, so that's close enough. I'll leave it in diode mode for now. So again, channel 1. Follow you down. This resistor looks a little bit funny. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, so there's no voltage drop across that, so that's likely fine. Let me see, what's that say? Bless you. 1.0 UH plus minus 3. What the heck is UH? Oh, it's an inductor. Not, what am I even thinking? Okay, so that's an inductor. That's not actually a resistor, that's an inductor. So, this inductor, right here, is fine. Compare it to this one, which is also fine. An inductor like that, it's not going to fail. I don't see how it would fail. But let me just double check it again. Resistance mode. Across it we have 0.7. 0.7, we're good. So continuing on. This diode could cause it, but that diode is likely fine. $531, that seems about right. $528, no issues there. This makes no sense why this isn't working. I almost wonder if it's an issue with the scanner again. Never saw an MRI shaped like this. This is not an actual MRI. This is the coil that goes over your head. Aha, look at this. I think I found you. Let's pull up microscope camera, if we can. This can cause some issues. Well, I don't know if it's going to be our whole issue, but I think could definitely cause some issues. Let's see if my microscope camera will work today. Probably will not. Yeah, it's not even working. Properties, let's see. Just remove it. New camera. Video capture device. And there we go. Custom 720p. 30, there we go. Then this is going to be weird, so we are going to rotate 180 degrees so it's set the right direction. Let me make it so the light doesn't fall off. And let's look under the scope. I'm seeing things. I thought I saw a crack, but I didn't. Either way, a closer inspection under the microscope will not hurt. No cracks there. It is super important that I inspect under the scope because I typically don't inspect under the scope. We could have a crack somewhere that's causing this whole issue, because just because our meter reads correctly, we may not read right under load. These are super common to crack, but this feels pretty good. Let me look again. It's connected. Connected. This almost looks like a little crack, but I don't think that's bad enough to cause it. turn it. Make sure I'm still on channel 1. Tell these guys have been replaced before. It's really strange why this doesn't work. Okay, so this side looks like it also comes down. So if you look right here, so where's this one wire that says, so here's channel 1. This wire that says DC1 comes down, goes across. Looks like it'll come down here. Alright, let me figure out where this goes real quick. Let me just come back over here. Let me check chat again. High frequency circuits are pretty finicky. Yes, I agree. Is that coil made of tin copper tape? Basically. Alright, so where is channel 1 again? Channel 1. Okay, so what's going on here? So we have channel 1 and channel 8 are related. Let's see. So are the other two, so let's see. On this one right over here, right? Okay, so this is interesting. Or is it? So channel 1 and 8 are the only things that share. If you look, alright, so let me go back over here. So, okay, I just confused myself. Okay, so let's go back over here again. Channel 1, channel 1, channel 1. So channel 1. Or is this something wrong? do something real quick, or at least put something on my desk so I won't forget. Just send some hall sensors to someone. I'm just putting these boards here so I don't forget. Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out. You know what? I bet we have a shorted cap. Okay, do I have sound back? Yes. Probably not for long, but I have sound back for the time being. Okay, I need to understand what's going on here, and for whatever reason I just can't. Does a cap ESR matter much with these frequencies? Yes, it could very well be a bad cap. Alright. So this, we're coming down here, going around, right? We're coming out. Over here, we're going in, through that. I'm going to proceed as that is normal. Okay, another possibility. Here's channel 1, right? I honestly don't think our issue is here. I think our issue might be in the plug. I think our issue may be in the plug. So let's pull this little board out. What was the initial fault you identified? Channel 1 was just completely dead, like nothing. And I believe I have a customer, so I may have to go away for a second, but I will be back if I do. RF1. Okay. We'll come back to that right there, but in the meantime, this is annoying to check because the way it is. Get my lead in there. Check this other one. RF2. Hi, how's it going? Okay, we're back. What was I doing? I forgot. Plug.
Did you made her a new ticket?
Yeah.
If you ever want me to do that, I can.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like in the midst of
That's no
it.
big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will. Okay, so channel 1, which was this pin right here. I need to somehow prop this up. Let me see. All right, this isn't good. Wait. So I almost think the issue is in this plug right here, which if this plug is probably very expensive. Let me just see something. So shields are on the same ground plane. Okay, so none of these really read for some reason. Probably because I'm really stumped on this. Makes no sense. It should be working with something this dead, like channel 1 completely out. We should have a broken trace, a broken connection, something somewhere. And there is none of that anywhere. It's completely unremarkable from what I've seen. So it could even be a bad preamp. We've that pretty much leaves a preamp. If it's not in this plug, it leaves a bad preamp. That's the only other thing. I guess what I could do is switch the preamps around, so I could put like one where 8 is supposed to go or whatever, and see if it acts up then, and that would be a way to diagnose it. I don't know how much these cost. Should probably look it up, because I need even a source to get one. Unless it's right here. Back to microscope. Okay, somebody was here. But these joints look fine. What is this? Do you know of flux? Obviously not. Let's measure this cap. We can't really accurately measure this in circuit, but what we can do is compare it to the others. This is RF1, right? RF1. .65 nanofarad. 4.74 nanofarad. Not that. 4.83 nanofarad. That's not going to do it. So this is fine. This is probably going to be fine. Let's just double check it. .2 ohms. Yep, that's good. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to measure between this cap, this wire, and this plug. If I don't have continuity between here and here, it's game over for this plug. That's the issue. And we at least diagnosed it. So, this may be a little bit tricky. I'm going to prop it up like, let's see. I'm going to use my microscope as a... That won't work. Yeah, it will. Perfect, like that. So you got to learn to fully use all your tools. Okay. So we should have continuity. If we don't, we don't. Now let's try RF2. Bingo. RF3. Okay, so channel 3 also doesn't read. Why and how? Because that one's working fine. There we go. That's channel 3. Channel 4. Channel 5. It's in the darn plug. Let's check channel 1 again. Now if it is reading. Darn it. So this is channel 1. Right? Yeah. I'm going to take this plug out. I want to look at it. This is starting to turn into a rabbit hole. How would you manage warranty on this type of device? It's the same as MacBooks. If it dies, we'll fix it. I mean, if MacBook dies, no biggie, but if things die, this is a bit more critical. Not really. It's not gonna kill anyone. How many pounds can you lift, and do you start following strength? Do you follow starting strength yet? How many pounds can I lift? I don't know, probably 100, 150. I mean, I don't really pay attention to that. Yeah. Rodrigo, if you mean like what happens if it's more critical, the customers are the same. They, if not more, understanding that stuff happens. You know, stuff breaks, unfortunately. So yeah, it's not a huge deal if something fails under warranty. I mean, it happens. Stuff like this is more often to be another issue than what you did. But this coil, I mean, there seems to be nothing wrong with it. Something's trolling us. It's weird. Everything is fine, you know, unless it's a bad preamp. Let's see. Here's our plug. Yeah, there's no broken wires here that I could see anyway. It's not this. It's not the cable. Dead PCH, are there any NLs here? No, here's the thing about this. There's no complex electronics in this. There's no CPU, there's no PCH. There's nothing that an L can possibly screw up. Alright, so it's not the plug. One thing off the list. It's gotta be the darn preamp. I think it's a preamp. I bet there's an intermittent break in some wire depending on how you bend the thing. I thought the same thing. But honestly, I don't think that's very likely. It's big coax connector. You know, it's big coax cables. I mean, it's just not likely to happen. But I've thought of the same thing. Let's see how much these preamps are, and if the preamp is relatively inexpensive, then I will swap one. Let's see if I could find this part number, since it's probably going to be a GE only part. If I call GE, they're going to do the same thing that Apple would do if I call and ask Apple for a ISL 9240. So let's see. Assembly number 4535-301-75171 R2 GE. Yeah. Does GE even make this? It pulls up coils, but no. Shoulder coil. I don't want a shoulder coil. Preamp. Alright, does it even have to be a GE preamps? MRI coil preamplifier. Just see if there's any Alright, you know what we might have to do? Let's open up. So channel 1 was marked 2, I believe. Yeah, it was 2. Let's go ahead. We don't want to hurt this from heat. That's my main concern. We don't want to damage this from heat. But I do suspect we have an issue in the preamp itself because everything else is just unremarkable. So I'm going to open this guy up. I'm going to use a little bit of low melt if I have it, and I'm going to pull these shields off. Because I really think the issue is going to be in one of these. And see if there's anything blown up. And if so, I don't think we can get that preamp, so you might have to replace the components on the preamp. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, you know what? I need to start a laptop on a stress test. I really need to do that because I've been waiting to do this for a while. Because this kind of needs to go out like soon. Not today, probably. It's a piece of junk that needs a stress test for like 2 to 3 days. Because I don't want it to die when the guy gets it back. Let's see, this is 12 for boot menu. I don't want people to see what laptop it is, because then people are going to ask me, can I send this to you? It's like, no.
Is it the Razer?
Yeah. Let me see if I have any low melt. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so I need to figure out how to open terminal in Linux. Okay, so this, whatever this is, 18.04, Ubuntu, whatever, is actually really nice. It's better than Windows, it looks like. Linux terminal stress test. There's this command you could run. It's like the Y command or whatever. I forget. Without installing anything. Where is it here? I don't want to use that stress application. I just want the command. Where is it? Here we go. Alright, let me try and look this up on this computer because that is not yours, this one. Because it's like this big long line I have to copy and paste.
Wait, will it be busy tomorrow?
Probably not, it's dead. Yeah, you don't have to come in tomorrow.
No, I'm not. No, I will come in. I just don't. You know,
Yeah,
it's not busy. I mean,
there's no point, exactly. Like, it just, between like Christmas and New Year's, it's always dead every single year. Like even if you want to leave early, you can.
no, no, I'm not asking that. No, because you might have to leave the machine.
True. Yeah, this is like the worst time of year. It's dead every year around this time for everyone, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of what we could do during this time of year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, people do they gut stuff during that year.
I
You
know.
know what I mean?
I already did that though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you already did that exactly.
I don't remember my Wi-Fi password, which is really bad.
Where's the router?
Down there, I think I
Is
might
it
have
me?
it. No, I think I might have it. Yeah, then watch like end of January from January like it'll start getting busier again like January 10th through the end, and like February, March, April is just gonna be insane.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking, like, so we can, if you don't want me to come in, that's fine, but if you do, then I can think of something that we can,
Yeah.
use the time to update.
Well, tomorrow's Tuesday. You don't usually come in on Tuesdays anyway, right?
No,
Yeah.
I come on Wednesday. Yeah, but just, no, I'm not asking for that.
Mhm.
Just asking if, can we do that, update the store or something?
I was gonna get new decals for the front of it, but I kind of decided against it because it's nobody sees it. You know what I mean?
These?
Yeah, they're fine.
What do you mean nobody sees it?
Like nobody, it's not like it's a storefront on the street, so I don't think it'll matter that much.
Yeah, people get all the advertising from Google, or they walk in for their needs.
Mm-hmm. Hi, how can I help you? 14 for the part, and they say, okay, thank you, bye. That's funny.
Look at this, Timmy.
Let me see.
Tell me.
How do I forget my own Wi-Fi password? Okay, people in chat, have you ever done that? Have you ever forgot your own Wi-Fi password at your own store? That's really interesting. Okay, finally we are connected. Okay, we're almost back to the MRI stuff. I'm almost done doing this laptop. Let's try this terminal. Okay, did that actually even do anything? Yep, fans are revving up. We're good. Alright, let's open this little preamp. Let me get my mat again. Let's see if that razor dies. It's running stress test while charging the battery. Last time I did that with one, it almost burned down my shop. Alright, we cannot screw up these potentiometers. I am gonna record each one in case I do mess one up, so we can bring it back. Alright. A little bit of low melt. Let's see if I can find low melt again. Why didn't I do that before starting? If not, we may just have to take it off. Okay, let's make sure this is the right one. It is. Actually, there is a package to ship today. I think. What time is it? 1:20. Okay, I could do that later. I'll do that in a little bit. Okay, I don't have any low melts, so we're just gonna go in for it. Tim fixes razor. No, we do not. Do not send a razor. Do not send a razor. Unusual circumstance. Alright, so this shield goes first. Alright, this is gonna suck. I already know it's gonna suck. I don't want to damage it, but we're gonna have to pull it off. I'm not gonna go at 430. We're gonna go max air. We'll do like 300 something. Just do 350. No, I'll do it under the microscope. This kind of PCB can get hurt from heat very easily, so you just have to be really careful. Yeah, this is gonna suck. I don't know how I'm gonna get this off. Let's do this side first, I guess. Alright, I need to figure out how I'm gonna grip it. It's really hard to grip and pull up on. Alright, I'm gonna try with the iron. It might be easier to do with the iron, desolder it, pull it up. Our spare baddie's cheap enough. Yeah, I was gonna pull it off with hot air, but I'm gonna pull just wick, iron and wick now. Because the last thing I want to do is burn it from heat. And the razor shut off. Or did it? Okay, hey, Amherst, can you do me a favor? Can you make sure this laptop doesn't go to sleep? Can you like keep moving the mouse and stuff on it? Just like every 5 minutes or so. You don't have to just sit there all day, but just because that'll shut it off.
The testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep that.
Just yeah, like every 5 minutes or so, just so the screen doesn't go off. Has to stay plugged in though, 'cause it's almost dead. Prater, this is leaded. Medical application. They can't trust lead free, I'm pretty sure. This is fairly hot. Nasty fumes. It's coated with plastic. Do you have any low melt solder? No. I ran out. You know what? This is lead free. I will add some leaded. Oh no, my iron's not even on. The fume extractor's hitting it. That's probably why it didn't work. This is really irritating. No, flux isn't really gonna help here. It's moving the thing moving by itself is that's bothering me. May need to do more there, depending. Let's see. This is good. Right here again. Thank you. To the person in chat that suggested diagnosing MacBook with MRI, tell me why that's an incredibly bad idea. Although it would be interesting to throw a MacBook in an MRI. I wouldn't want to be in the room when you did it. Well, after putting the MacBook in the MRI, the diagnosis of it is easy. No, because the MRI is going to be stuck to the side of the magnet and destroyed. You don't want to bring anything metal near an MRI. This is annoying. can tell they don't design this preamp to be opened and repaired. Oh well. We'll find a way. Can you hit the trackpad? Did it die?
Should I power it?
Yeah, let's see.
You know what's weird is it's like it kept
It shut off.
less and less.
Huh?
It's like it kept dying. It kept trying to sleep less and less with less and
Really?
less time.
It just it shut off, so it didn't go to sleep. It died in stress testing. See what it does. Yeah, let's see if it boots up again. This is why I don't work on razors, because it's almost always a waste of time.
But it took longer and then it got shorter and then
Yeah.
shorter. Would that be considered a short?
No. It just died. I'll see if he'll let me give me his password for his OS, and we could try doing that. But I'm not too hopeful for it. Yeah, I'll call him. You know what? Actually, call the guy and ask him. So let him know that it looks like let's see. Let him know if we can have his drive password.
Okay.
Let him, or you know what? Hang on, let me figure out how to word this. Okay, so let him know it looks like the drive is blank to begin with, but let him see if we can set up the, actually, you know what? This is gonna be confusing. You know what? Let me just call him because
You
it's.
want me to ask him if we could set up the drive for him?
Yeah, well, see, I don't know. Let me see. He says they may reply like a certain way, so, cause I'm a little bit confused, too. Okay. This is incredibly annoying to open. Yes, that's what one of the when I muted a few minutes ago, I did call the customer with the coil, and I explained to him. So what he's gonna do, he's gonna try and get a preamp today for it. If not, like I said, we're gonna proceed with this. But if everything else comes up blank, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna swap preamps around to see if it does issue. But the only way to test this is to actually put this on an MRI and run a scan with it. So it's not your typical, turn it on to see if it works. It's no, it has to be run on a scan. So that's what complicates it a little bit. But that is the plan. Hate when that happens. This thing is really frustrating to me. No, you can switch them around however you want. They're the same. They're the same. I'm gonna feed some leaded into here just to make it easier on me. Let's try wicking this one again to get all of this to be gone. Yeah, I wish it was more straightforward to test, but it's not. I really don't want to use hot air to even though hot air would be quicker, I really don't want to go there. Just simply because you could damage the preamp with heat. That's why I'm reluctant to do so. I mean, we could do this. This isn't going to hurt it. You're not going to get it hot enough. But the other way, yeah. Let me try and pull it off now. Still doesn't want to come up at all. It's really annoying. Low melt would really be beneficial for this. You know what, let me... No, I don't have it anymore. That's just hopeful thinking. Maybe I do. Let me check one more place. Yes, I do. I have a little bit. I have a little tiny bit of low melt. Alright, we gotta make this count. Gotta make this count. Wait, this is the other side, right? Yeah. Now, I should be able to get my hot air from far away. Or not. You know what? Let me just try pliers for the heck of it. I don't want to get any in my eyes. That would suck. So I'm only using these because they're thicker and I need to grip the shield. Screw it. Still. Well, I pulled it up a little bit. Let me get safety glasses. I would feel better that way. I'm gonna go lower on temp too. 350 is too high. Bet I can melt this at 170. Starting to melt at 170. Okay, fully melted. Ah, this is a pain. Yeah, it's easier just to replace a preamp. It really is easier just to replace the whole preamp. Rather than deal with this nonsense. It's coming up, luckily. It's just taking time. I think I got that one. It's too hot to touch. No, that one is free now. Yeah, table vise would be helpful for this, for sure. You know what? Improvise. Can we improvise? There. So it's hard to see, but I kind of improvised for something. Maybe easier now. Yeah, you know what? Screw this. I'm not going to open the preamp anymore. I really don't want to screw it up if it is bad. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I will. I don't like exposing these to too much heat. That's the thing. It's being a real pain to get off. I'm not taking the other side off. I could tell you that right now. I'll continue wicking, I guess. Maybe now that I have the low melt on there, maybe it'll be easier to wick now. Okay, is this coil mobile? Is this shield mobile now completely? Is it? Nope, not yet. We're almost there. I can't stop now. Yeah, I don't have a vise. Not here. The only way I'm gonna get this off is with hot air, I think. At least let me get the small nozzle to direct it. I mean, the heat is probably okay on it. I just don't want to take chances. You know what I mean? Ed says I have patience. I would use a hammer by now. Yeah, I'm close to using a hammer. Tell you what though, I am getting irritated with this thing big time. Alright, I need to figure out a way to weigh that down, which is going to be hard. Or is it? Super glue it to desk. Yeah, that's smart. Alright, so what I've done, you probably lost microscope view, so we're going to go to the other one. It's under here, but I have a screwdriver pushing down on the PCB. So what I'm going to do now is get it off. It still moves. It slides. It's going to keep sliding. Alright, I think I've had enough. Yeah, I'm doing this later. I've had enough. I'm irritated. Let's see. I'm just thinking how I can pull that off. It's just, that's the thing. If you weren't playing with, if you weren't playing with something that's heat sensitive, you wouldn't have to be this careful. But you are playing with something that's heat sensitive, so, you know. Let's see. Oh, maybe just go around with wick again. Yeah, Captain Tape isn't going to do anything. Unfortunately. I wish. I wish it was that easy. Okay, that one's free, right? Yeah, and that one's free. This one's free. This one is not free. Let's try and wick this one more. I see how it is. This reminds me of like the PS4 HDMI ports. You're gonna have to use hot air. There's no way around using hot air. .242 is pretty low. I don't think we're gonna hurt anything at that temp. Yeah, you know, I'm frustrated. Should I stop or should I not stop? What's the price of such a preamp? That's what I don't know. They're probably not that expensive. But I want to open it and see what's inside, and I want to see if that's where the issue is. Because the issue is probably in here. I'm gonna bend this thing up. Could always, you know, rebend it later. Let's see if we can see inside now. Because we're getting there. It's just a pain. Joe, have you ever changed or actually opened a preamp in one of these? Yeah, look how much stuff is in here that could fail. There's diodes, there's caps, there's a whole lot of stuff. I don't think we're gonna hurt this with heat. I really don't. There's a lot of stuff that can go bad in here. It's on both sides, that stuff. Alright, let me try this. I'm gonna lift up. Nope. Yeah, I don't know how. Take this thing off. Can't very well cut it. I mean, I could cut it, but that only works for this one corner. You don't want to stress the PCB. Wait, this might already be broken. Not broken, but the solder. Nope. Alright, no, this is off. I think. This clearly isn't. Yeah, this is definitely. If I can get 3 corners up, we're done. We could just bend it and take it off. What's inside that's heat sensitive? I don't know. What software do you use to stress test Macs? You use Prime 95 and Unigen Valley at the same time. Yeah, you know what? No, I can't cut it. I can't do that. It's not going to turn out good. We will. Might suck a little bit to put it back together, but yes, at the same time. Alright, screw it. You know what? Replace preamp. This is too time consuming. It's not worth it. We'll see what the cost of a preamp is. They're probably pretty cheap. In the meantime, I'm just going to bend up the shield. I think. Let's see. Can I bend this up without injuring myself? Probably not. Yeah, you know what? This is too much of a hassle to get open. Just gonna try and get that one. New preamp. Alright, so where we're at right now, we're gonna get into one of these preamps, and test it that way. The thing is with this particular coil and this particular issue, we checked everything over and everything was pretty much unremarkable. You saw earlier in the video that everything looked fine. The plug was fine, all the connections were fine, everything downstream was fine, so that leaves this. So I'm pretty sure this is the issue. We're gonna see if we can get one of these, and then replace it and then test. But yeah, these little things, it's too much of a hassle to open. It's just too much of a hassle to justify wasting time on. So gonna replace this preamp and test it from there, but I'm pretty sure the issue is in this right here. So maybe I'll try and open this more later, but this is just too much of a hassle, especially being something that's heat sensitive. It's just not meant to be opened. It's just too much of a pain to open. So we're gonna go from there and see what happens. It's just too much of a hassle, and try and get a price on this. But I'm 99% certain that it is this one preamp that's bad, because like I said, everything else was fine. We checked everything else. Everything else looked fine on that channel. So this is pretty much all that's left. The only other strange thing that would cause this is maybe there's a break in the cable and moving in a certain direction would make it not work, but that doesn't seem very likely. So I'm pretty sure it's that. So I'm going to cut this off right now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next